the Oklahoma City. They finished with double figures here. They absolutely rolled from the tip. 20 for J-Dub in this effort. And look, guys, SGA, he led the league in scoring. This was his lowest scoring output of the season, and yet they still rolled by 51 points in this one. And you can go up and down on the history this makes, right? It's the 5th largest ever win in the postseason. It's the largest in Game 1 ever and a franchise record. We'll be right back with Chet Holmgren. This was just a dominant effort from start to finish for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And, Perk, you were calling for a big game here from Chet Holmgren. He had 19 points in this one.
In 21 minutes. And, look, he got it done with a balance, too, Malika. In the paint, UD, stretching the floor, going 3 for 4 from the 3. And I think it's key. Well, I know it's key for him to be able to knock down those 3-point shots, especially when him and Isaiah Hartenstein are on the floor together.
Yes, both of the bigs dominated. Isaiah Hartenstein finished with 14 and 8. He's a guy who, he's such a luxury that you don't have to run any plays for him. You don't have to take away from the other guys. And you know at the end of the game, he's going to always give you positive minutes, positive effort, and he's going to be in that double-double range.
I thought it was interesting on the game broadcast when they said, you know what, if you're the Memphis Grizzlies, you still have to go back and watch this film just to make sure you call out the effort.
For what?
No, you don't. Who said that?
No, you don't.
You scrap that film. You scrap.
What is it to watch?
No.
You're not going to learn anything from this film. At this point, all you could do is focus on yourselves, right?
As a coach, you lose them if you play this. They don't want to see this. As a player, you should hold yourself accountable. You know everything you done wrong. You know you didn't bring maximum effort. You know you got embarrassed on national TV. At this stage of the game, we shouldn't have to show you this film. You should be self-motivated for the next game.
Well, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they needed nothing to get motivated for this game. They've been one of the best teams in basketball all season long, and they showed it in this Game 1. Chet Holmgren joins us now after this Game 1 victory. Chet, thank you so much for stopping by our show. We've talked about the fact that this is a Thunder team that it doesn't necessarily have the experience of others, but Shea said, you know what, I don't care about anybody's feelings toward us. As long as we win, that's what matters. What does this dominant first performance say about this group?
First of all, thanks for having me on, but at the end of the day, we can't control what people say, what narratives y'all come up with. That's y'all job. Our job is to focus on what we can focus on, go out there and play, and you know, that's what we did all week to prep for this, and you know, it's not done. We got to get back in the lab tomorrow, figure out how we can be better, and then come out and do it again.
Chet, the big Perk here, man, hey, great job tonight. I wanted to talk about your chemistry with Isaiah Hartenstein. I know you two didn't share a lot of minutes on the floor together because of injuries, but the chemistry is there. Take us behind the scenes of what you guys do together to develop that chemistry on the floor.
Yeah, you know, early on we just had to make some mistakes and grow through it. You know, as long as the intentions are pure, you know, you can make some mistakes and trust that you're going to learn from it and get better. And, you know, we have a long way to go. You know, we can get a lot better, me and him, in the two-man game on offense and defense. But, you know, we're both bought in. We're both locked in. We love playing with each other. So it's a lot of fun out there.
Chet, we really appreciate you taking a little bit of time. Game 2 is Tuesday here. Thank you so much.
Handle your business, big fella. Keep rocking.
We really appreciate it, Chet.
And we're not the ones creating the narrative.
Yeah, he said y'all.
Well, I love sort of the message this Oklahoma City team has is it's us against everybody, and if Game 1 is any indication, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. The Boston Celtics, though, they want to have something to say about their Jackson Jr. They only played in one of those games. So I'm asking you who you got in this game.
OKC.
Grizzlies? Yeah.
No chance for Memphis. OKC is rested. They're the better team. It's on their home turf. And obviously, John Moran is still not 100%. Memphis is a damn good team. I think they got a chance to make this a series, but not today.
I'm with you. I'm going with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Is anybody picking the Memphis Grizzlies in this game? No? Okay. Then I will ask you this. We're all rolling with which historically goes a little shaky for us when we all pick the same team. But in this case, it's warranted. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they have rolled through the regular season. But you'd honest, they haven't played a meaningful basketball game. And I mean that in the sense of the fact that the rest of the West has been jockeying for seeding for the last 6 weeks. And OKC's been chilling with their arms crossed. Is there any challenge in flipping that switch?
A lot of the times with some teams, I think that's a challenge. But with this team, I think they just have good habits. I mean, if you look back to last year, this is not just what they did this year. They didn't just catch lightning in the bottle. They had a great defense last year. They had a good offense last year. As a young team, they embody all the right things. They make the right plays. They enjoy each other's success. They get back on defense. They hold each other accountable. So I think this is who the OKC Thunder are. I don't think it really matters that they haven't had meaningful games because their habits are so good.
They're fine. Look, I'm looking at the matchups. I'm looking at the matchups. I'm looking at Chet Holmgren and Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yes.
And if the Grizzlies have any shot of making this a series, I'm looking at Jaren Jackson Jr. and saying, can you go out there and impose your will? Can you go out there and show us why you were Defensive Player of the Year a few seasons ago? Can you go out there and show us offensively why you're the only All-Star that made the All-Star team this season? I'm waiting for him to have that moment where we can say, hey, man, Jaren Jackson Jr. is a top 10 big in the NBA. I can't say that right now, but I do have faith in Chet Holmgren, and I know what he's capable of doing on both ends of the floor.
That's the tip he's been on when it comes to OKC. Chet Holmgren, right? For me, it's Jalen Williams. I want to see this brother step up. I watched Shai Gilgeous-Alexander do his thing in the playoff last year, okay? And I was looking for help, and it was an APB out for cats because I couldn't find them. I don't want to see that this year. You're the favorite. You were a #1 seed last year. You're the #1 seed now. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I believe, will win the MVP. I'm looking for Oklahoma City to impose their will and their dominance and to let the rest of the Western Conference know, yeah, all the hype you've been hearing is totally true.
Right.
You're going to have to come through us. That happens when Jalen Williams steps up and shows what he's capable of. He averaged 22 a game this year. It happens when he shows up and reminds everybody, you're going to have to deal with me and Shai, not just Shai.
Averaging career highs across the board here for Jalen Williams. For Ja Morant, we know he's dealing with that nagging ankle injury. What will tell you, for last game it was the dunk that said, all right, he's feeling just fine. What will tell you that he's okay in this series?
If he comes out, he's aggressive, he gets out in transition, he's making plays early, getting downhill, getting in the paint, whether it be finishing or spraying to other guys. But once he gets in there, you're going to have to see Chet. You're going to have to see Hartenstein. So he's going to have some decision making. Also, looking for Zach Edey. Get on that glass. Get you some extra possessions. You understand that this team has beat you by an average of 15 points per game in the regular season. You're going to need extra possessions.
And Desmond Bane got to step up. He struggled. They have had him in the straitjacket this season when he faced OKC. All of these Grizzlies, they gotta stand up and stand on business today if they're trying to make. One
thing we do know, the atmosphere in Oklahoma City, as you can attest to,
is going to be fired up.
Absolutely electric. Dave Pasch, take it away.
Happy Easter from Central Oklahoma. The NBA's best team during the regular season, the Oklahoma City Thunder, begin the quest for